Earlier during the day, I spoke to His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Hasha Al Maktoum, who shared his experience with us on Inside Business. I asked him about the Al Fajr Group and its vision, and this is what he had to say.
Well, the company's been running for over 50 years now, and it has diversified with the growth of Dubai. The main focus of Al Fajr Properties, and continues to be to this date, is almost 100% in Dubai. And because of that concentration, we've actually benefited greatly over the last 30, 40 years in Dubai, from electromechanical construction to manufacturing, production to property development. So it's an extremely diverse group with over, I think, 6,000 employees.
Now, Al Fajr has been contributing substantially towards the development of Dubai, as we've just said, everything from manufacturing to construction, property development, tourism and travel. Which sectors do you think are booming, and which ones do you think perhaps need a little bit of help?
Well, I think all sectors at the moment have been affected by the global economic crisis, but I believe there are still opportunities to benefit from any downturn. See, there are mini cycles, and then you have super cycles, the big cycles. People usually benefit from investing in a major downturn more than investing in a good market. It's a very difficult thing to do, to invest in a market that is down, but that's how people make money over the 5 and 10 years in huge multiples.
Now, Al Fajr Information and Service has been actively involved in international exhibitions. How developed do you think this sector is in the UAE?
Well, I mean, that company, when it first started, performed and grew proportionately with Dubai, and we've seen competitors come and go, and other competitors, became the leaders. But that company now is actually one of the strongest companies of the group and are performing phenomenally well. And it's down, I believe, the performance of any company is really down to the management of the company.
Of course, speaking of managing things, you also head the Al Fajr Properties. Tell me a little bit about its rapid growth and where it stands today.
Well, I mean, Al Fajr Properties went into the property sector in 2005 and boomed like any other developer. But we've had, in early 2008, we've had a complete overhaul and restructuring, and thank God we did that. Basically, as any other property developer in Dubai, it was over-leveraged, over-expansive, over-optimistic, without a core focus on operations, finance. It was the boom time. You needed, mostly sales staff rather than CFOs and financials and COOs. So in early 2008, we changed the focus of the company. We divested completely from $1 billion dirhams in a land bank. We've sold off our inventories and fully restructured the companies to focus on delivering what has already been sold. And fortunately enough, that decision at that time was also very difficult, because at that time people were buying property hand over fist, buying land hand over fist, speculators, to no end.
Absolutely, it was the boom time.
It was the boom time. So, I decided that it was the boom time, and when you see everyone in the market or in the sector and society, you see lawyers starting to invest in property, you see people divesting themselves from their core businesses and what they really know and going into property. That's the time to exit.
Now, as we've just been chatting about, the economic crisis, we've all been affected. Which sector, of yours do you think really had the greatest impact, or has it been sort of more marginal after you've made these, big decisions?
Well, I mean, even after making these decisions, the company now on a balance sheet basis is 4 billion dirhams stronger. That is a huge number in today's market, and a huge sum. And we ended up with zero debt before the economic crisis. We've divested from our inventory. We went from only 30% inventory sold to over 70% inventory sold. So from a company perspective, we did the right thing. And at the time, people considered it the wrong strategy at the wrong time. But, had the economy continued, I might have been perceived as wrong, but I would have been perceived as conservative. In a market like this, people think I keep getting the questions, how did you know that this was going to continue? Well, no party lasts forever. And I thought, this is a fair price. This is a fair transaction. Let's restructure the company and move forward, considering the worst case scenario.
Now, of course, another project close to your heart, the A1 Grand Prix, has received a lot of attention. What was your aim in having it in Dubai?
Well, I mean, when I launched the company, it was a financial project, and it was, I saw an opportunity in the market. I looked at the motorsport industry, and I said, what's wrong with motorsport? I didn't go setting about to change the face of motorsport, but I started to basically say, it's a great concept, but I can make it better. That's how it started, and eventually it turned out into a great product and a great project. And now you see, Formula One practically copying and pasting everything I did in the first year, which is with the rules, standard engines, more economical, more feasible, and it's when someone copies you, it's a flattery.
Greatest form of flattery, they say.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you've also received a number of awards. In 2007, the Young Global Leader by the World Economic Forum, and then in 2008, you were awarded as the Young CEO of the Year. What do these awards mean to you and for other young business people in Dubai?
Well, I mean, I think for these awards came after I exited of A1 Grand Prix and sold my stake in the company. It was actually a very rewarding when Dominic de Villepin, who gave me the award, it was a huge recognition of my achievements at that time. I wasn't expecting them, and it feels good. So it's a great honor.
And for other young business people here in Dubai, how do you think that helps them, recognizing them as well?
Well, I mean, when I was 18, I actually volunteered with people volunteered to help. I think it was after school hours. It was now 15 years ago, and that really touched my heart with people with special needs. And having an opportunity to help out and give a higher profile what's happening in Hyper Panda and with the Down syndrome kids, it's actually really something that's very rewarding and close to my heart and personal, because you leave that in a very good feel and you feel like you've actually achieved something positive.
All right, well, look, thank you, Your Highness, for your time. We really appreciate it today, and I look forward to catching up with you soon, particularly in hearing more about your charity work as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that's it for this edition of Inside Business. You can contact us by writing to ib@city7tv.com. Also follow what's happening on the program via Twitter. It's inside_business. For now, from all of us on the business desk, goodbye and thanks for watching.